So in today's lecture, we will start with our V model, remaining V model. So please kindly confirm is my screen is visible to all. Yes, is my screen is visible to all, guys? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we will start with our V model. So remaining part of V model. So in day before yesterday's lecture, we will discuss about the first information gathering stage, and in verification stage we will discuss some modules, right? So before discussing the next topic in the V model, so I will tell you the difference between verification and validation. What is the difference between them? So what is mean by verification? I will write here as well, and simultaneously we will discuss regarding the verification and validation, right? So what is mean by verification, and here validation. Okay, guys. So I will write here the first difference between them. What is mean by verification and what is mean by validation. Okay. So verification is nothing but the it is a process of checking the documents or design or code and the program in order to check that it meet the customer requirement or not. So that is nothing but the verification. So what is mean by verification here? So verification is nothing but the it is a one type of process, right? So in that we are checking documents, different documents, design, code, and programs in order to check the that is meet the customer requirement or not. So that is nothing but the verification. So I will write here what is mean by verification. So verification is the process of checking documents, code, and program in order to check that it meets the requirement or customer it meets the customer requirement or not, customer requirement or not. So that is nothing but the verification, right? So and what is mean by validation then? So validation is nothing but the it is a testing, or it is one type of testing and validating that the application or our product or software are actually meet the customer need or not. So that is nothing but the validation. So I will write here what is mean by validation here. So validation is a testing and validating that at the application or our product actually meets customer need or not. So the definition is clear to all, guys. So I will again tell you the what is mean by verification and what is mean by validation. So verification is nothing but the it is the process of checking documents and codes and program in order to check that it meets the customer requirement or not. And validation is nothing but the it is a one type of testing and validating that the application or product actually meets the customer need or not. So that is nothing but the verification and validation, right? So next difference between them is, so second difference between verification and validation. So here verification and here validation. So what is the next difference between them? So verification is finding the bugs in early in the development cycle. So that is nothing but the verification, because we do verification before the validation, right? So what is the purpose of verification? To finding the bugs early in the development cycle. So if we found bug early in the stage, so further testing we can easily do the testing, right? So that is the main agenda of verification. So verification finds the bugs early in the development cycle. So in validation find the bugs that verification cannot catch. Suppose we miss in verification any bug, so by mistakenly we miss any bug in the verification. So in validation stage we can cover that bug, or we can solve that bug in the validation process, right? So in
So
validation
it is after the development phase, right?
what?
Verification comes after the development phase.
Yes, yes. In validation we can do the testing, right, after development.
Yes.
Suppose in while doing the unit testing, suppose developer by mistakenly means he missed the bug. So in validation, so this is the developer work or QA work, is that to find the bugs in the application, or we have to produce the develop bug free application to the client or end user, right? So that is the our main motto as a QA or as a tester, right? So if
Yes.
by mistakenly the developer uh, left the bug, right? So in validation we can solve that bug, right? So that is the validation process. So validation find the bugs that verification cannot catch. So this is the second difference between verification and validation, right? So who is involved in the verification stage? The third point is, who is involved
Uh,
in the verification stage,
Business analyst.
right? Business analyst. Second one,
Uh,
design architecture is there,
yes, yes, a design architect as well as system analyst.
and developer also there, right? So etc etc. So these peoples are involved in the verification stage. So in the validation stage, who is involved? Here only
More of person
QA,
testers.
QA people or tester will involve in the validation stage, right? So it involves QA or tester. So this is the third difference between verification and validation. So what is the next difference between them?
Verification is a static process and validation is a dynamic process.
Right. So it is static process and it is dynamic, right? Then next difference. So can we say it is a white box testing? Verification is a white box testing because it is done by the developer, right? And validation is a black box testing. Can we say? Yes. So it is a white box testing and it is a black box testing, right? So this is the main difference between verification and validation, right? So going forward, we can see the remaining part of the V model. So like that we have the V model with us, right? So here the verification stage is there and here validation is there, right? So here we can perform the testing and here we can perform the development, right? So in yesterday's lecture we see first stage is verification stage, which is our first stage. Here we gather the
Requirement gathering.
information gathering and analysis, right? And simultaneously what we did here,
UAT.
so here can create the test plan preparation here, right? Then requirement of phase testing, and
So it is nothing but UAT, right?
uh, after that UAT is the last stage na, because
Yes, yes,
after UAT we can directly give the customer to the product, right?
yes, yes, yes. That's the reason it is coming from left side to right side.
uh, what UAT
Like
na?
it is going.
Yes,
Yes, yes,
because what happened in the V model here, the both the process, that is development process also and the testing process also simultaneously we can perform, right? So that
yes, yes.
so going forward we will see what is UAT and all that, so don't worry about that. So third stage we discuss in the testing or in the first lecture or yesterday's lecture, that is nothing but the so assessment of development, right? We so in today's lecture we will discuss regarding next phase of the verification and validation. So in next stage here design and coding will happen, and here what happen here, so here the test case designing will happen, test cases design, and then next is program phase test. So what is mean by program phase test, so that we will see. So this in today's lecture we will discuss about design and coding stage and test case design and program phase test, right? Okay. So what happens in design and coding stage? So how many types of design are there?
Two types, HLD and LLD.
Right. So HLD, high level design is there, low level design is there. So who is responsible for design? System architecture.
Designer.
System architecture, there is a word for that, the system architecture, right? And in coding, who is responsible for coding?
Developer.
Right. So developer will start the coding, developer start coding here, right? Okay. So in right side verification stage, what happened here? So we can write the test cases, right? Test cases preparation. So what is mean by test cases? Anyone knows? Because whole testing is depends on the test cases, right guys? It is very important for us, the test cases preparation, because every QA or every tester should knows the how to write the test cases or how to design the test cases. And how we can design the test cases? What we use to design the test cases? Is there any document for that?
So it have a document.
Which document we prefer for writing the test cases?
Procurement document.
Yes, SRS document is there, right? Because in SRS document we have the requirement of the project, right? Or specific requirement of the module, right? Specific requirement of module in SRS document we have. So from that we write the test cases. So for writing test cases, what we require here? SRS document, right? But before writing the test cases, there must be the test scenario. We have test scenario. So what is mean by test scenario and test cases? What is the difference between test scenario and test cases?
Test scenario is nothing but main module, and test cases is a sub module.
Scenario is nothing but the,
Main module,
no, it is nothing but the
main model,
what to test, right?
and test case is how to test.
How to, how to, right? So this is the main difference between test scenario and test cases. So we will see one example regarding the test scenario and test cases, right? So for test design, for test case design we need the SRS document. And who is involved to design the test cases? The tester are involved in this phase, right? So for test case designing we require the scenarios of testing. According to that we will execute the test cases, right? So test cases designing are divided into two parts. So test cases designing divided into two parts. First one is test scenario is there, and second one is the test cases, right? So this is divided into the two parts, right? Test case design and test case scenario, right? So first part is, for example I am taking here, suppose there is a SBI, we are means doing testing for SBI. For example I am taking here SBI. So in SBI page or in SBI application, so suppose I am designing the login page, or I am doing testing for the login page. So what required in the login page? This is the main module, right? This is the main module, login page in the main module. And under this main module we have different modules, sub modules. On the login page, which field we require to do login? There is a username we require, then password we require. So these two things are mandatory we require, right? So this is nothing but the sub module. So in BRS document we have the login page, right? All the information regarding login page in the BRS document. But in SRS document, under the login page there is a different modules are present in the login page. there is a username module is one there, and also password module is there. Suppose we are testing for password module, right? So suppose we are testing for the password module here. So how we can write the test cases for password module? Suppose we have scenario. So what is our scenario? Suppose I have scenario. Suppose password should be password page or password field accept characters, numbers or special symbols. So this is our scenario, right? In the SRS document, it get mentioned that the password page should be accepted only the characters, numbers and special symbols, and other than that we don't require anything, right? So this is the our scenario. This is our acceptance criteria. Means uh, in the SRS document, it get mentioned that only the this thing will allowed in the password field, right? So customer wants that only these strings, that is the characters, password should be the combination of characters, numbers and special symbol, right? So this is the our scenario. So who will get this? Who will give this? This is the customer requirement, right? So SBI requirement is that in the password field we must have characters, numbers and special symbol, right? So according to that we have to test the sorry, we have to test the that password field, right? So how we can test that? So we can test as a positive manner, we can test this password field, and in negative manner also, or in negative aspect, right? So how we are going to check that? So as a positive test cases, we can write the password field should accept numbers, characters and special symbol, right? Suppose I have to check the positive manner, positive aspects, regarding positive aspects. So how I can test this? If username or password is correct, then user should log in successfully. So this is the positive scenario. By giving or by providing the valid password or valid username, I can log in this page. So this is the positive aspect of that testing, right? So what is the negative? Suppose I am providing the invalid. Here I am telling you the negative scenario regarding password and username. Suppose I am providing username and password are invalid, and in that case also user get login page. So this is my work to check in the both aspect, right? By entering the valid password and by entering the invalid password as well, right? So by entering invalid password and invalid username, so user should also get login page. So this is the, so here we can found the bug, we get the bug here. So in SRS document, what it mentioned, only the valid username and valid password, by using this only user should login page, right? But in a negative scenario we can check also, there is a, by entering the invalid password and invalid username there, also the user get login there. So this is correct thing, or we give the client like that product, because here user are able to log in by providing the invalid username and invalid password as well, right? So this is the right thing. Yes guys, understood everyone or not? Okay, forget this, I am taking other example. Suppose I am having test scenario here. To check the login functionality of Facebook page. So according to that scenario, how we can write the test cases? So and what is the test cases here? Possible test cases we can write here. Tell me guys.
Uh,
For checking the login functionality is working fine or not. FB login functionality. So what are the
put the
test cases here? Possible
put
test.
the username.
Sir, username, password.
Okay, by checking, by entering, suppose we can verify that the login.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I have one question. Whenever we get one scenario, so every time we have to check positive and negative both
Yes,
scenario or
yes.
what?
Or we have to write the both test cases, positive as well as negative. This is our work.
How to write test cases?
Yes,
Okay.
that's I am telling now here. So this is our scenario, right? This scenario will provide by the business analyst or team leader, right? Or it is mentioned in the SRS document to check the login functionality, right? And here,
Rahul, can you show any some sample SRS document?
what?
Can you show some sample SRS document and can you explain?
Right now I don't have the document, so in upcoming lecture I will show. So I don't have right now. Okay, I will show you real time as well. Okay. So now we can write the test cases here. Verify login functionality by using valid password and valid username.
Can we use Excel sheet when you writing purpose?
Yes, yes, we can use Excel sheet. Okay.
Now we using Excel sheet. Maybe everybody know for test data, test preparation, test cases.
Upcoming lecture we'll see we have the lecture regarding the test cases, how to write the test cases, what is the template for test cases.
Oh yeah, okay, sure.
Your understanding purpose, I am taking one example here. Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
can I show test case and test scenario because I have a free.
Okay, share your screen.
Okay, I will.
You are logging with your mobile. Can you log in with laptop, because it's not clearly visible.
Yes, yes, that's better.
Sorry, sir, because I don't have laptop.
Mm,
Okay, I stop the theory.
Stop sharing. In next lecture we'll see the test cases template, how to write and what we require for.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, sir.
So here we can write the according to scenario we can write the four types of test cases here by using the valid username and valid password. This is the first case we can write the test cases. Then second test cases we can write the verify login functionality by using invalid username and valid password. So this is the second test case we can write for this scenario, right? Then third case, test case how we can write here. So verify login functionality by using valid username and invalid password. So this is our third case, test case. And fourth is verify login functionality by using invalid username and invalid password, right? So in first test case, what is the expected output we get here, because we are providing the valid password and valid username. So in that case, user should able to log in the that login page, right? Because we are providing the valid username and valid password here. In second test case, so that we have to check, suppose we are providing the invalid username and valid password. So in that case, will able to log in that page? Obviously not.
No, no.
Is there user should able to log in that page? So there might be the bug in that or login page, right? So we have to find that bug, or we have to check that by using the invalid username or by entering the invalid username and valid password. Should user should able to log in on that page or not? So in that case, user might get the some error message on the system, right? So you are providing the invalid username or you are providing the invalid password, right? So that message will pop up in the screen, right? So like that we can check the all means possible uh, all possible test cases here, right? So in third test cases also we are providing the valid username and invalid password. So in that case also user should not be able to log in that page, right? And suppose we are providing the invalid username and invalid password. So in that case also user are not able to log in that page, right? So like that we can write the test cases for some scenarios. So this is our main task or main work as a QA or as a tester, right? So hope this is clear. The first what we have discussed in today's class, this is the test case design, how to design the test cases, what is the scenario, what is the test cases, right? Then moving towards the program phase test. This is our second point in the validation. What is our design phase testing, right? Who is involved this in the design phase testing? Here
Sys-
developer.
System architecture.
No. Here the developer will involve. What is it in the design phase testing? We will see, right? So in design phase testing, here the code level testing or unit testing will happen here, right? Means the developer write the code and for the each and every module, and developer is involved in this process for this unit level testing. So this is nothing but the unit level testing, right? So developer write code for each and every unit, or we can say module, right? Suppose I am taking example here, the Google Meet is the one example. So in that, so this is the Google Meet UI, right? User interface. User can see this interface, right? So on this, there are different modules are there, or different components are present there, right? Here we have the mic functionality here, video button is there, then hand raise button is there, smiley symbol is there, or present screen is there. So these are the different modules are present on the this Google Meet team, right? So developer write the code for each and every module, right, separately in the unit testing, and before sending that module to the QA or tester for testing, before that the developer will do the unit testing. Developer will check that login button or that mic button is working properly or not, or clickable or not. So before sending that for the testing, the developer must do the unit testing here. Means unit testing means each and every module he will check before sending the QA team for the testing, right? Hope this is clear, right, guys? So in what is mean by unit testing here? So for more brief, we will see what is mean by unit testing here. Main project or main our application is divided into number of sub modules and program, and that program is written for the sub module, that is nothing but the unit testing. So I will write here what is mean by unit testing here. Main project divided into number of sub modules and program or code is written for sub module. This is the unit testing. And what is next in the unit testing? So each small component on the application, it is called as the unit, and testing of that each unit is called as the unit testing. So that is nothing but the unit testing. So I am writing here each small components on application is called as unit, and testing of each unit is called as unit testing. Hope this is clear, guys. So this is the second point regarding the unit testing. So what is the purpose of unit testing here? So what is the purpose of here unit testing, for doing unit testing? The main purpose of here for unit testing is to test the correctness of the individual units, so that individual units functionality or it is working fine or not. So for that purpose we are doing the unit testing here, right? So purpose of unit testing is to test the correctness of individual unit, right? So this is the purpose of unit testing, right? Or when we do the unit testing, it will done during the coding phase or during the development phase, right? So it is done during the development phase, or we can say in the coding phase. So this is nothing but the unit testing. And when we do unit testing, and after that unit testing we are moving towards the integration testing, right? So before integration testing, the developer will do the unit testing. So before integration, hope this is clear to all, guys. Unit testing. So what is mean by unit testing and all, right? Is there anyone having doubt up to this? Hope this is clear, guys. What is mean by unit testing and all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So after that, what happened in the next stage or in the next? So we are go backward towards our main diagram. So we do this, we done this test cases design, and after that there is in the verification stage or in the development stage, there is a integration testing will happen. Integration will happen, or here we can say build verification will happen here. So what is mean by build? So we will discuss. And here in the validation, simultaneously in the testing stage, what happen here? So here tester will do the sanity testing, then system and functional testing, so simultaneously the developer will do the integration testing, and simultaneously in the validation stage the sanity testing will done by the tester or QA, and system and functional testing also done by the tester, right? So what is mean by integration testing or build verification testing? So let's see. So before that, what is mean by build? Anyone knows what is mean by build?
It is the program. Uh, Once the code is deployed to testing team, that is called build.
Can you repeat once again?
Once the code is deployed to testing team, then it is build.
Okay. Anything else? So what is by build? I will tell you. So build is nothing but the when developer creates software or developer write the code. So it is in unit module form, right? Because developer write code for each and every unit, right? Means that means for every functionality we have separate code module, right? Means there is a different modules in the unit testing. So for that the developer will write the code, right? Now when the application has to send for the testing to testing team or the QA team, so developer will make a single application by combining all the individual modules, right? And this combined module is called as a build. That is nothing but the build, right? Means we suppose this is our whole uh, application is there. So as a tester or as a QA, can we check the each and every component separately? No, because this is not our work. So this is done by the unit testing. That is the work of the developer, right? So, but as a QA or as a tester, we got the whole application or whole build. That is nothing but the build, right? From developer, we will get the build. So, what is mean by build here? So, I write here when developer creates software, it is in unit module form, right? So, what is this? So, that means for every functionality, we have separate code module, right? But what happened here? So now when application has to send for the QA for the testing purpose, right? So developer will make a single application by combining that all the individual modules, right? So that combined module is nothing but the build, right? So I am writing here what is mean by build. So now when application has to send for testing to QA or tester, then what happen here? The developer will make a single application by combining all single unit, by combining all individual modules, we can say all individual modules, right? And after that this combined module is called as the build, right? So this combined module is called as the build. So in our organization or in our company, so we will get bill from the developer. So bill is nothing but the we will get the this URL of that module, right? that is nothing but the bill. So how we can get this? By using mail. So on the mail we can got the bill, right, from the developer in the our organization. So by clicking that website or that URI or URL, we can see the all the code written there and all the modules are present there. So that is nothing but the bill. Hope this is clear what is mean by bill. Anyone having problem, guys, regarding bill? Yes, please tell me.
No, sir.
Okay, clear. So going forward,
Yeah.
we will move towards the integration testing. Okay. So what is mean by integration testing then? Our second module is integration testing. So what is mean by integration testing here? Who does done the integration testing or who did the integration testing? Which is
Developer.
for integration testing, right? So developer are responsible for the integration testing. We are not part of the integration testing, right? So what is the integration testing then? So once the unit testing is get completed, the next stage of the stage is the integration testing, right? So unit or components are integrated in the module and then test to check communication between these components. Suppose I am taking here one example, that is Gmail. Everyone using Gmail, right? So in that Gmail there are two components are present, that is one is compose and second one is inbox is there and sent message is there. So these are the different components in the Gmail application, right? There is one component field is there, one inbox is there, one sent component is there, right? So what happen in component field? We are compose the mail, right? We are composing the mail and next other also there, other module is there, draft also there, right? So these are four modules suppose we are considering here. So we are writing the mail for anyone, right? So that mail right now it in the compose field or compose module, right? So after our writing get finished, what happens? We can just click on the send button, right? And after that our mail get to the recipient, who is whosoever there is a recipient. So that person got our compose mail, right? So what happened here? Here the integration happen between that compose component or compose unit and send unit, right? So that integration happens properly or not? Here integration will happen between that two components or communication will happen between that two components, that is compose and send, right? So that is happen in the that two modules, right? Compose module and send module. So that is nothing but the integration testing. Suppose here our sending mail is not received by the people or uh, due to some network failure or other things. Suppose our mail not sent to the that people. So where we got our mail? So our mail goes to the draft field, right? Because we already composed the mail or drafted mail. So in that case our mail goes to the draft field, right? So here also integration happen or communication happen between compose and draft module, right? So that is nothing but the integration, right? Hope this is clear, guys. Is there anyone having doubt up to this?
Uh, Please repeat again about integration testing.
Okay, I will repeat once again. So here, suppose in Gmail there is a one option compose and second send option is there, right? So in compose field, what we are doing here, we are writing mail to someone, writing mail here, right? Suppose we compose mail something, and after clicking the send button, that mail goes to the recipient, whosoever recipient is there. So our mail sent to the that recipient, right? So what happened here? After sending the mail, our compose field mail goes from the compose field to the send button, right? Or send module. So this communication happens between the compose and send. That is nothing but the integration. What is here? So here integration happens between that compose field and the send field. After sending the mail, our mail goes to the send field, right? So that is nothing but the integration. So what happened here for that? So here the communication happens between the compose field and the send field. That is nothing but the integration. Hope this is clear.
Yes, clear.
Okay. So what is meant by integration? I will write here. The first point for integration is once the unit testing is done, the next stage is integration testing, right? So what happen here? Unit or components are integrated in module, and then test to check communication between these components. And in integration testing, unit tested module are connect together logically and tested as a group, right? So the main aim for integration testing is to check the intercommunication and interdependency of the individual module. So this is the main purpose of the integration testing. So what is the aim of the integration testing here? The aim of integration testing is to check the intercommunication and interdependency of individual module. That is nothing but the integration testing, right? So in other word, we can say that it is a performed by the developer. Who is perform integration testing? It is performed by the developers. So there are two types of integration testing are there. So which are the types of integration testing here? So first is top down approach is there, and bottom up approach is there. So what is mean by top down approach? So let's see. Suppose there are two modules are there. Suppose this is the login page and this is the home page, right? So here, which is the main module? Suppose this is the our main module and this is our sub module, right? And while testing, suppose developer will give only our the main module to test, and developer means not completed the sub module. So in that case, what happens here? So here the our main module is ready. Here main module is ready by developer and it is incomplete or it is in progress. So in that case we are using the top down approach. So what is mean by top down approach? So in that case what happens here? So for testing this integration testing or doing integration testing, developer will create one dummy module for the home page because the sub module is under process or it is not completed yet, right? So for testing purpose or for doing the integration, the developer will do one dummy module of home page, right? Home page dummy module. So that dummy module is nothing but the it is called as the stub. That dummy module is nothing but the it is called as stub. Why the developer will create the dummy module? Because for delaying the testing purpose or for it will require more time. So if our one module is not get ready, then we got the delay for the testing the application. So for that the developer will create one same page like home page, that is nothing but the stub, right? And after that that developer giving it to the tester for testing. So that is nothing but the top down approach. So in top down approach we have the main module is ready but sub module is in complete phase or in incomplete phase or in under process phase, right? So in that case we are following the top down approach while doing the integration testing. Hope this is clear, guys.
Sir, I have question.
Yes.
Sir, integration testing two types like incremental integration testing and non-incremental integration testing. Ne?
I am not aware about that terms.
And
Where you got this incremental and
actually, sir, I have read. Uh,
no, I am not aware about that.
okay.
Okay, this is nothing but the top down approach, right? So next is bottom up approach. So what happens in bottom up approach? So in bottom up approach, same example I am taking here. So suppose this is the login page and this is the home page and this is home page and this is the our main module and suppose this is our sub module. So what happen in bottom up approach and when we are using the bottom up approach, So in that case, suppose our sub module is ready, but some due to some technical issues or some means the developer will write code for the home module first, and developer will writing this code, and it is in the incomplete phase or under process phase, right? So in that case, for doing the integration testing, we are following the bottom up approach. So in that case, the developer will create the dummy login page here, and that dummy login page is nothing but the it is called as the driver, right? So in top down approach we call it as a stub, but in bottom up approach it is called as the driver. So don't worry about that nomenclature or just keep in mind these things, what is mean by driver and what is mean by stub. So for your understanding purpose, you only know these things, right? So this is nothing but the bottom up approach. We are following bottom up approach in integration testing when our sub module is ready but main module is not ready or it is in progress or incompleted. So in that case, the developer will write the code or dummy code for the login page or the main module. So that is nothing but the driver. And in top down approach, there is our main module is ready but sub module is incomplete or in process. So in that case, developer will create the one code or write the code or create the dummy home page or sub module. So that is nothing but the stub. Hope this is clear, guys. Integration testing. Is there anyone having doubt? Hello, guys.
No, sir.
Okay. So next, so what is our next? So we'll go back to our diagram. So this is our diagram. So we'll done with integration testing. What is mean by build? We see what is mean by integration testing. We see, and now we are going towards the sanity testing, right? So what is mean by sanity testing? Is anyone knows what is mean by sanity testing? Please tell me. So in validation part, we are now we are seeing the sanity testing here, right? Okay, guys. Anyone knows what is sanity testing? Yes, guys. I am audible to all.
Yes, sir.
Check with new functionality.
Yeah, correct. That's correct.
Check with new functionality to check new requirements. That is sanity test. Other called some other test is some S model. S starting with S. I don't remember. That one is fixing with bugs. Other S sanity and
Okay.
sanity. Other testing, I don't remember. Other testing is coming with S. What is different between sanity and mm,
Okay. Let's see what is mean by sanity.
mhm.
Okay. So in sanity testing, what happens? Suppose so when we do the sanity testing, so for that our build is got stable, means there is no any bug is in our build, right? So then and only then we are doing sanity testing, right? So the what is the main criteria when we will do the sanity testing? So for doing the sanity testing, our build must stable. What is mean by that? Our build is stable. That is mean by in our build we don't have any bug found up to this, right? Then and then only we can do the sanity testing, right? So this is the main criteria. Then after that we will do the sanity testing. Okay. So why we are doing the sanity testing? So we are doing sanity testing. It will perform to ensure that the code changes and the bug fixes are working as properly or not. So that's why we are doing the sanity testing here. And in the sanity testing, we are doing or we are checking the functionality of each and every module, right? So that proper module functionality are working fine or not. So that's we are going to check in the sanity testing. Okay, and this is also known as the build acceptance testing, right? Because before the sanity testing we got the build from the developer, right, for testing purpose. Suppose in that build there is any bug are there, so we are not accepting that build, right, for testing. So that's why before doing the sanity testing we have to ensure that our build must be stable. In that build we don't have any bug found or we don't have any bug, right? So that is nothing but the sanity testing. So what is mean by sanity testing? I am writing here. So it performs to ensure that the code changes and bug fixes are working as properly or not, are working properly or not, right? And what is other name for sanity testing? So it is also called as build accepting testing, right?
Other testing is a smoke testing. Okay,
It-
smoke testing.
the smoke testing is different from the
Yes, sanity and smoke. Yeah.
okay. So this is nothing but the sanity testing. And who is perform the sanity testing? Who is responsible for sanity tester? Tester or
Tester.
QA peoples are responsible for that sanity testing. Hope this is clear to all guys. Anyone having doubt regarding sanity testing? Everyone clear? Uh,
Yes.
so next testing is that is nothing but the system and functional testing. So we are moving towards the system and functional testing. System and functional testing. Who is performing this system and functional testing?
Tester.
Tester or QA will perform this testing, right? So what is mean by system and functional testing? Anyone knows?
We are checking the functionality of model.
Okay. Anything else?
End-to-end testing means system testing.
Yes, yes. So here we are doing the after the completion of sanity testing, we are doing system and functional testing, right? So it is also called as black box testing because tester are doing this in black box testing. We are doing the end-to-end testing of the component, right? So that's why we are calling it as a black box testing also. And in this, tester or QA peoples will check the application functionality as per the SRS document, right? Which are mentioned in the SRS document. As per that, we are doing the system and functional testing here. And in this tester or QA people test all the functionality with positive and negative scenarios. So we previously we saw the what is mean by positive and what is negative scenario. So every aspect here we check all the system thoroughly, right? And each and every suppose here any bug is found here. So for that bug we are preparing document here in the system and functional testing, right? So here bugs are get reported with respect to the test cases, right? So that is nothing but the system and functional testing. So I am writing here. So when we perform the functional or system and functional testing, so after completion of sanity testing, we perform this testing, right? And here it is also called as black box testing. Here I am writing in short black box testing. And in this what happened, so in this tester check the application functionality as per SRS document, right? And in this we are doing QA or tester will do positive and negative scenario, right? And each and every bug found here, so that bug get documented here, right? So in systems in this testing, each and every bugs get documented here, right? So this is nothing but the system and functional testing. Hope this is clear, guys. Up to this, anyone having problem, please let me know.
Sir, I have one doubt.
Yes.
If after completion of sanity testing, we will test the system and functionality.
Right.
And you have written definition of sanity testing.
Hmm.
When we will perform sanity testing, like stable, it is bug free.
Yes.
Then how is it possible?
So
And
some minor bug are there, na, which are not found in the sanity testing, right? So because in system and functional testing, what we are done here, we are go thorough testing, right? Each and every components or each and every module get deeply test here in the system and functional testing. So in suppose in sanity testing there is any bug found,
Yes.
so then we will go with the system and functional testing. So there we will got this bug, right?
And if we will not found any bug in sanity testing, then we will also perform system
Yeah,
testing
yeah,
and
yeah. That is the process now. Because after the unit testing, there must we have to perform the integration testing. That all are the levels of testing. First, we must have to do the unit testing before sending the bill to the tester for further testing, right?
yes,
And after unit testing, integration testing must we have to done this. And after that, we have to perform the sanity testing. And after that, we have to perform system and functional testing. This is the flow of testing.
yes, yeah, but okay.
Okay. So this is nothing but the system and functional testing, right? So moving forward, can we stop here? Remaining part we will discuss in the Monday class. Okay, guys. Only two to 3 points are remaining in the V model. So we'll continue in Monday session, right? So we will stop here. Yes, yes. I will sending the notes right away. Don't worry about.
And sir, please also send yesterday
Yeah.
notes.
Yesterday's notes also I am sending.
Yeah, please.
Yes, yes.
Sir, is there any mock tomorrow?
Uh, no, I will discuss with Satish and let you know because I don't know regarding mock. Okay, please ping Satish regarding the mock because Satish
Okay.
know better. Okay, guys, thank you very much. You can leave the session now.